I'm back. So I'm not going to be able to get the well, whatever. I'm not going to be able to do what I wanted to do with this shot. Right? Okay. So what I was trying to do, and I'll just show it to you, whatever, was take out the background, right? So you see all the trees and whatnot. I'm taking out that background, and then I was going to layer this in and have the boat be in front of, but I don't know why. Anyway, okay. So basically all I was doing was just bringing the sky down, okay? But I'm going to have to show it to you in a different, because I've done this before in another file, okay? So, but it's the same concept, okay? So, whatever. I can't do 2-minute videos. Just can't. I'm telling you right now that if two normal people were talking to each other about making these observations, they would have had enough intelligence to counter argue ideas about what they're seeing right here. Okay? So the whole narrative that we've been given, that people from thousands of years ago, like Aristotle, watched ships go over the curve of the earth. If Aristotle ever told anyone that, they would have said, "Are you mad? Are you insane?" Like, there would have been enough people to say, "No, that's not what's happening. That's not what this is." Okay, so look. Man, this is just so... It's just bigger than whatever. Okay. So I am trying to think through what I am going to say. Right? What was I just doing? Okay. I'm already getting hit with my edible. Whew. Gotta make it through this. Okay. What am I doing right now? What are you doing, Travis? Travis. What were you doing? Okay, I can't remember what I was doing, but I have another thought in my head, so I'm going to do that. Okay, that's exactly where I actually needed to be. So part of my... Why is it taking so long to load? Okay. Okay, so... Alright, this needs to fit the screen better. Okay, alright, okay. What I'm just going to do real quick is jump on here and show you what their concept of... Oh, look, there's my name. Thanks to Travis Finley for photography and discussions of mirages and the nature of mirages of the sky. Not a great sentence, but whatever. But yeah, there I am. I have my attribute here because I gave the web designer or the page designer some of my thoughts on this image right here, and I corrected what I thought was wrong, and he made those corrections. Okay, we're going to be looking at what is usually interpreted as superior mirages. Let me see if there's anything else down here. See, this is what's so confusing. I've already done a discussion on this right now. Okay, so here's mirages, right? This is typically what's called an inferior mirage. That's what it says right there, inferior mirage. So then you get down here, and he then has now this title, Superior Images and False Horizons, okay? People have not thought this through. Let me get my pointer finger out of the way. Okay. I'm going to use that pointer finger in just a second again. Okay. There is a bit of confusion between looming and superior mirages. So I'm going to scoot this over here. And why is that doing that? What is this? Block that out. There we go. And then what is that? What the heck is this? It's a banner. Oh, okay. Well, whatever. It's a background. Okay. Now, the narrative of superior images. Notice he doesn't call it a mirage. He calls it an image. Now, whatever. I don't need to break this down. I already did this. This is depicting where the image is displaced. It's higher than it should be. So this image that you see is not physical. Okay? This image is the physical boat. The reason why there are curved lines here is because you're looking over the curve of the earth. So when he's looking out here, he doesn't see a physical boat and then a mirage, because the orientation here is incorrect. If this were a mirage, there would have to be an inverted image. Now, there could be more than 2 to 3 images, but that's a very, very, very severe case. But my point is that, let me do this real quick. The idea that they're showing you here is this idea here. Okay? This picture here is this picture here. See this? Now, you're looking out over the water and there's no boat on the water. So where is this boat? Again, 2 normal people on the beach seeing this would talk about what they think is happening, and the one with more sense is going to correct the one with less sense. Okay? Now, this image right here, I've already gone in and made a PNG of it and changed the levels, and you can see that the water comes all the way up here. When you change the levels, there is water here. Okay, this is not a mirage. Why? There's no inverted image. There's no inverted image. This line right here is not the edge of the earth. That is not the edge of the ocean. This is not the curvature of the earth. This is not the curvature of the earth. But these are the ideas that we have been presented with that tell us this is why people thought that the earth was curved originally, because they would see ships floating in the sky. Okay? In order for this to happen, first of all, you have to have miles and miles of distance. Okay? So you can't see with detail with your naked eye what's going on. Nor can you change the levels of the polarization of light and change the appearance of what you're looking at. Okay? So what I'm trying to say is that the image that I'm showing you right now, let me do this real quick. Bring this out here. Nope. What is that? And a kappa. Okay. All right. Oh, that's what that is. Okay, hold on. So, okay, so now, how am I going to do this? Okay. Oh, that's how. Okay. I figured it out. Okay. Again, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to deconstruct the... I never made this point earlier. My point about Aristotle, my point about all of these alleged stories of how the Greeks and the philosophers and everybody knew that the earth was a globe. How did they know? Well, they saw ships going over the curve. You can't do that with your naked eye. It's too far away. Okay? So there's too much going on in that distance that you have no control over, that you can't analyze with your naked eye. Not only that, but if you and someone else saw this right here, you would have a discussion as to what you thought was happening. And if, for the first time, you suggested, what if that's the curve of the earth? The guy, I'd be standing next to you and say, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? And he would say, well, look, you're looking over the water here, over the water, and then the water just stops. So that must be the edge of the earth. And this boat must be all the way on the other side and then lift it up so we can see it. Now, he's not using the words refraction or whatever, but he's describing what he thinks he's seeing. Now, I would then have to have something as an argument to come back to him. My point is that ultimately, if Aristotle or anybody else would have shared their idea about the edge of the earth kind of a thing, someone like me would argue against them using common sense. And I'm not going to unpack all of the things that go into the physics of why that's impossible, but my first response would be, okay, so what do you think is going to happen when you get out here? What are you going to see? The guy's going to say, I'm going to see more water and more water and more water. That's right, because you're simply going over the surface that is extending in front of you, extending in front of you. And then he's going to say, well, then why don't we see anything more right here? And then depending on my level of intelligence and experience, I might have an answer for him. Okay? And there are a lot of different answers, and people have made videos of those before. However, my biggest... I don't want to get distracted with that. Okay. So, now, here we are. We're looking at the nature of mirage, okay? This boat is a mirage. This one is not. Okay? This is the limit to the visible water. The limit to the visible water, okay? And the limit to the visible water. The limit to the visible water in both instances is optical. It has to do with light. It has to do with the condition of the medium through which you're looking as well, which medium is affectionately known as the ether band. Everybody drink. Okay? So, right now, I'm seeing why can't I see any more water? I have asked people who are anti-flat earth, looking at my own photographs, and I say, why can't we see any more water? What is creating the limit to this water? And these guys play dumb. Like they don't understand what I'm asking. They don't get it. That doesn't make any sense. What do you mean? They will not answer this question because they know that if they answer that it's optical and refractive, then when you get out to greater distances, then if it's optical here at a close distance, it's going to be exacerbated at a greater distance. Okay? I don't even know what I'm doing right now. I'm just talking. Like this was supposed to be, I'm like, I want to make a tutorial. I want to make a short video. Okay. What I originally was impressed by was the dancing of the undulation of the water ripples, because you will see when I push play that you see how it's a little bit gray right there. That's water. Okay, so you see how the water is light blue, light blue, light blue, and then up here in the darkness, this is the reflected targets. The reason why there's darkness right here is this is the twilight zone. This is the twilight zone. I wish this pointer would cooperate with me. It just doesn't like me. Okay? So in this transition from physical to optical, sometimes the water rises to an elevation where it exceeds the reach of refraction and whatever is going on in the air. Okay? Now, out here, we have the same situation. That little white speck there and this trail of whitewash here, right? And then you've got a thicker band here. That's because, why is it so thick there? Because it's a larger expression of the physicality of the waves, right? And then these are smaller, and then this one is going to trickle out. Now, as you watch this boat go into the distance, this phenomenon is going to diminish because the intensity of the density of the medium through which you're looking is going to increase. So think about it as if it's going into a fog bank, right? Imagine that these are headlights and this is running in reverse or whatever. And then at some point, these headlights are going to disappear in the distance behind the fog. So this ether band area here, I want you to think of it as driving into fog, okay? And so the smaller the target, the sooner it's going to be consumed by that medium. Is that making sense? Anyway, so when you watch this, you're going to see, but my point is as well is that, what else was my point? Because we see, I've just seen too much. Like if you have a powerful enough lens, you can zoom in on the horizon and watch these cresting waves go in and out of the refractive event. Okay, which then goes to show and argue that just like there's water going farther and farther and farther into the distance here, but you can't see it, when you're looking out over the ocean, that's the same situation. The water continues to go and continues to go and continue. How far you see the horizon depends on how far Lady Etherband wants you to see that day. All right, totally just whatever. So what was I going to do? Now I think I was going to do this. So I was going to show you now, why don't I have the original? Doggone it, where's the original one of this? Where did I have the original of this? Doggone it. Trying to think. I'm not going to be able to remember. But I do have an interesting comparison here. It's not going to be the same, but it's going to be used to compare. All right, so then that's that. This is this. Oh, wait, did I, no. Okay. All right. So, let's see. Oh. This is so convoluted, man. Okay. This is so freaking complicated. Am I recording still?